What's up, y'all? Triple Eight here. Um, I wanted to speak on what's going on in the world and like all these distractions and shit. Now y'all can think how y'all want to think. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. I really don't care. But I will say this first and foremost. Condolences to the Bryant family. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant and his daughter. But it's funny to me. It's real funny that same in the same span, LeBron passes him for points. He wrote Mamba for life on his shoes that game. Hours later, he dies in a helicopter crash. Has been predicted for years he was going to die in a helicopter crash. Now you can think like, oh, they're just throwing up rumors. They just want to. If you are like that, where it's like, oh, they just throwing that up. They don't know what they talk about. Then obviously you don't know what you really are. Uh, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Like you just don't know. You just don't know. But I'll tell you this: half of the stuff that we look at is owned by Jewish people, owned by Masons, Freemasons, dark entities that control the matrix, the media, social media, etc., and what they want you to see. So they keep you at a lower vibration, of course. That's what they want. They want to keep you at a very low vibration. So why not keep people at low vibration? And that's where, that happens. Now, a lot of things that I don't understand with these chains of events is that every time something happens, the Grammys is all of a sudden here. The Grammys and all other shit, and also that if you want to really date back to when this shit happened, Whitney Houston, rest in peace, she was in the tub. She did not drown. She overdosed, or have been overdosed with somebody gave her something and then she overdosed or whatever. But she was there the same night the Grammys was. On, and it brings me to the question: is like Kobe dies the same day that the Grammy Awards is supposed to happen, knowing he had plans to go. Maybe I'm reading shit wrong, but it sounds like to me somebody got sacrificed, or that it was a sacrifice thing that was happening. And this is what happens in these industries. You can think how you want, you can say, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I'm being real. This is what happens in this industry. You have people that sign up, sell their soul, whether it's to a music label, whether it's to the quote unquote Illuminati, Freemasons, or whatever, because all of that is satanic shit and just a cult following or a cult group that does dark stuff. Um, they these celebrities are just like the media. They only show you what they want to. They only show you what what I'm saying. But these are people. Like these are people that come into this industry, and if you don't use your money the way they want you to use your money, you 9 times out of 10 is gonna get knocked off. And if you're not a celebrity, black celebrity that helps the people instead of the people that you work for, that you worship, they're knocking you off. They're knocking you off. And what I mean by the people, I mean the people that are Freemasons, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Illuminati, Secret Service, secret societies, all that shit. And you can say, oh, if it wasn't a secret society, nobody would know. They'll tell you certain things and information, but you gotta go in the depths to find out a lot of shit. You have to go in depths to find things that are really damaging. And I've researched certain things where I've seen people get tortured, seen people die, heads cut off, baby sacrifice. This is another form of body snatching, and it's really sad. But to the whole situation with Kobe, um, I'm gonna leave that right there for now. I'm letting anybody who watches this go find that yourself. Find out some things yourself, because the media is going to tell you something different than what is on the web, the dark web. Don't Google it. Do dark web research, deep research, because that's going to tell you the true information. Now, I want to talk about this Australia bullshit that's going on. I believe I talked about this before, or the previous fires that's happened over the years and the time span. The reason why is because these high speed rail systems is what they're trying to make, and they're doing DEWs, acronym for direct energy weapons, where they directly put radiant energy and it causes a wildfire. It's not like somebody goes up, light a match, boom, and shit catches fire. No, there's satellites that directly penetrate into this area where they want the railroad to be, or some type of very, very high tech machinery to be at. And the Senate definitely passes these laws. And Australia is on fire because I don't know what the fuck is going on, but as far as I know, as of my research, they're building a high speed rail system as well. There's no coincidence to these fucking fires. There's no coincidence to these celebrity deaths. These celebrities go through hell. They don't genuinely be happy. They're only happy because of the energy you give them and feed off of, due to the fact they're surrounded by a lot of people. Then when they start to find the true meaning of life, that's when they get knocked off. It's just like with Michael Jackson, with X. X was finding the truth, researching, doing his thing, and going from within. X knows a lot. They killed him off because they know that he was going to expose everything. He knew about the music frequencies. He knows how the media can control you through music, through media, entertainment. Because once you take away the mind, everything else is theirs. If they cannot get into your mind, you're too powerful. Seriously, you're too powerful. So if you allow the media and these bad traumatic events to make you feel like you're in fear, then you are the low vibration. But I'll say this: life is fucking short. Live your life the way you want to live your life. Tell the people you love them. Even if y'all on bad terms, tell them you love them. Love them from a distance if you got to. But just know that there's love there. You just don't say fuck them and forget them. Because it's very, very minimal chance that when you say that, sooner or later, they'll die. It'll be their time in the Matrix where they have to die. And they go and pass on to a whole nother realm and world, and you didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Because it's all a part of this matrix of how things go about, how things happen, which is why we why we say woulda, coulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. We wish you coulda did that. We wish you coulda did this. You know what I'm saying? Even in my head, hearing about the news, I wish that I could have at least stopped that from happening. Or if I knew him personally, called him like, yo, don't get on the helicopter. Shit's gonna happen. Please save yourself. If I could have did some shit like that, and I think a lot of people would. But you have to understand, it's not a part. It's all a part of the script. Because this world is a stage. The Matrix is a scripted event that we're all playing a part of. And if we're not understanding that there's a dimension far past this, then you, my friend, are getting a little bit better at your vibration, in which you are. Because if you want to go about this life, spiritual life, instead of just going about life as it is and whatnot, like it'll be a tough battle because you're going to be alone, and you may not connect with a lot of people, even when other people who are spiritual, they have different views of this shit. But um, I'm getting off topic. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna just say that look, believe what you want to believe. If you don't want to do the research yourself, then be my, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, be my guest. But just know that y'all sleep as fuck. Um, Now this virus that's going around is definitely dropping people like flies. But I feel as though that all of this shit is a distraction from the main objective of what's going on. It puzzles me though. Like I'm confused, and I'm not saying like I'm like confused. I'm just like, damn, y'all. This happened. Then this virus happened. Then you got Australia on fire. Um, Body snatching is still a thing. People are still getting kidnapped. It's like a lot of these things they try to put over to overlayer the serious things that's going on right now. Much more serious things that's going on, that people are getting kidnapped and that these drag queens are getting uteruses so they can get pregnant. But who's giving these uteruses up? It's people that are kidnapping black women and children, giving up vital organs because we have far superior organs. There's a literal cost per, like there's literally money for our skin that they can get because of the melanin in our skin, the melatonin and all that. So this is why all of this shit is happening. I feel that the objective is to distract, dehumanize, and depopulate and create a whole underworld, not for us, but for people that are a part of this matrix and these entities to live when shit falls and crumbles. Because this is how they wanted the world to go. They're ruining the world as we speak. Climate control. They're controlling the weather. Everywhere you go, the weather is totally different. Like it's crazy. You look up in the sky, you see jets flying around, blowing smoke. It's chemtrails, and they go in X's, and you gotta look at this stuff. This is what they're doing. This is a whole distraction, but it's a lot. You gotta really go deep within yourself, and you gotta go deep within, and you gotta find all this information. Now, in some places it's cold, some places it's hot. If you are in these areas, try to find a place where you can meditate, regardless of the weather. Try to find a place where you can find peace and tranquility, and try to get within yourself and your soul and find out the truth. And if you need, read. I mean, read shit, deep research. Go find out about this stuff. Because if you just sit in there believing what the news is going to tell you, if you constantly look at the news, if you constantly reading the news, then you ain't woke. You're not woke at all. You a sleepy sheep. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's just I'm just being real. The news is gonna keep you at a very low vibration. So you have to stop watching the television, because television is a program. Sports entertainment is entertainment. It's a scripted event. You got the Grammys also. All that shit is a scripted event. They know who they picking for nominees. They know that that was supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen. They know this because they made it up. This is their stage. We all know that this is a distraction because we all know Trump is going to get reelected. We know that. Trump is the next president for the second term. And then after that, shit's going to go right down the hill. So, you have to really, like, you got to look real deep into this shit, because this is what's really going on. Excuse me. This is what's really going on in this matrix. The real world is way farther than the third dimension. It's fucked up how he went out, because it still puzzles me to this day. Like I can't fucking believe it. But I had to go and I had to really like grasp a hold of myself and really just like, you know what, that's the way to fuck. That's just what it is. That's the degree of celebrity life when you join these certain groups and these occults. You have to look up these pictures. These motherfuckers put up the triangle of Illuminati, the all-seeing eye. It's on clothes. Givenchy has these bomber jackets that are Illuminati. Shirts, pants, all this stuff is literal clear messages, and is another agenda: desensitization, where they desensitize you to violence and games, where they desensitize you to life itself with news and the media, people getting shot, people getting kidnapped, people getting killed, people getting murdered, slain. All this stuff is definite conditioning to the mind, and it's not a good condition. Excuse me. Another thing, this is also their agendas to keep you distracted from what's really going on. We all know Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. We all know that there's some of these celebrities are in a remote island, still doing what they do, living their best life, away from the media, away from the people, away from the distractions. This is what they chose to do. You got people crying over them, people mourning their death, people doing all this, or their death or whatever, death hoax or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And you have folks on a remote island living their best life. Some of them are still in plain sight till this day. Some of them change their identities. Their family just disappear like that. You don't see them in the media no more. You don't see nothing. They just disappear. They're in a remote island. They're somewhere where you don't know where they are, but they see everything you do. Everything. They see everything that you do. And this is every celebrity. Every celebrity. You gotta look at the deep symbolic messages that are portrayed in some of these events, these scripted events. And I'm serious. I don't give a fuck who comes with the smoke to me. I'm letting you know this is what's going on. And anybody that try to defend this shit is definitely a part of it. Or if you are defending it, you just don't know of it. But, you know, I say and speak with my mind, and I know what I research. And if it bothers you, don't look at this video. If you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, don't follow me. Because this is the stuff that I post. Due to the fact that I am trying to let my people know and let them think for themselves and understand. Don't depend on the news to get a notification about the weather. Don't depend on news for death or this or that or this or that. That just is a program to make you feel less of yourself and in fear of where you are. Knowing that death is not a scary thing. Death is beautiful. It's painless. John Lennon once said, death is really non-existent. And I'm just putting it in my own words. This is something that he said along these lines. So I don't want to get anything misconstrued. He says pretty much like getting out of one car and getting into another car. And you're just going on another ride than everybody else. That's pretty much how life is. Everybody's here for a ride. Everybody's here for an experience to learn. Everybody has a past soul, a past life, a last life. Everybody had multiple lives before they got to this point. You may not remember it, but look, go to do a psychic reading on yourself. Look up these things. You know what I'm saying? Find out about these things. Find out about you, yourself. Instead of the name that's been given to you, the life that you have been born into, look up the past lives as you have and find a deeper understanding of yourself. That's when you'll start to see the world for really what it is instead of what it's been portrayed and what's been projected to us. This, like, it's even started when, you know, they was, you know, see things frozen in midair. Yes, the world is a freaking stage. It's a freaking stage. The world is a stage. And I don't know how many times I gotta say that. The world is a fucking stage. People get sacrificed. People get killed. There's people out here getting kidnapped. People out here getting snatched for their bodies because it's literally money for these organs and uteruses. It's so much money. It's just like when the man came in the hospital with like a bunch of kidneys, and how did he get those kidneys? He's an anonymous person. Like, let that shit sink in. But I just wanted to talk and just, you know what I'm saying, kind of speak my mind on that shit and just give a little bit of insight. Like, you got to open your mind to new shit instead of just going by what you read and what has been given to you. Go within yourself and find that. Unlearn to relearn. Remember that. Unlearn to relearn. Because you gotta, in order for you to grow, you gotta unlearn everything and you have to learn everything else. Learn new shit. So that's all I gotta say. I just wanted to get on here and just share my opinions and my views and just give a little bit of information to y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, post notifications on. Try to post more videos. Be more consistent. Of course, be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? I like just being raw and actually speaking my mind. So, appreciate the love and support. Hope y'all understand that this is just a journey and we're all on it. So, I appreciate y'all. Triple A out.